Last night, Consumer Reports came out with a report that says that Roku TVs and other TVs, but a lot of people are running with Rokus in their stories, are susceptible to being hacked, taken over, collecting data you don't want them to. So what's happening? Is this true? I wanted to take a moment and break it down because, of course, Roku says no, it's not. And so let's see where the truth is. Because as always, doom and gloom stories sell. Consumer Reports may not have done that, but a lot of stories that run with this have said the world is basically ending. Roku wants you to say nothing's wrong. As I always recommend, the truth is somewhere in the middle between the world's ending and nothing's going to happen. So let's take a look. What is exactly happening here? So one of the things Consumer Reports says is that your TV can be remotely accessed and controlled. How? How can they come in here and change your channels, turn on and off your TV, change the volume, as Consumer Reports says, using the Roku app? Yep, so the complaint here is that you can use your smartphone if you lose your main TV and control your TV with a smartphone. So, oh, I accidentally clicked on the ad. We'll see here, get out of that. But why is that a big deal? Well, they say that somebody who's on your Wi-Fi network, so they need to be on your Wi-Fi network, can use their phone, even if they're not you, to control your TV. And they could cast YouTube content that may be objectionable to your TV. Now, as with all things, the main way you could prevent this is to have a strong Wi-Fi password and to only give your Wi-Fi password to people who live in the home or who you know and trust. So yes, if somebody has your Wi-Fi network password and they download the Roku app, they can, in theory, control your TV. Two things about that. As always, have a strong Wi-Fi password. Do not use password as a password or password 123. It's another bad password to use. But I would consider this a feature. You know, I can't tell you how many times with a kid, I have a 5-year-old now, over the years, my Roku remote has gone missing. Found it in the bottom of a toy box more than once. Having the ability to control it through my phone is a great feature. But let's say you don't want that. Let's say that does concern you and you're not willing to, you want to give your Wi-Fi password out to other people without having to worry about them control your Roku. Well, you can turn this off by going to Settings, going to System in your settings, and then coming down here to Advanced System Settings. So again, Settings, System, Advanced System Settings. Right in here, you will find External Control. And in External Control, you can come over here and you can disable External Control to turn that off and make so that doesn't happen again. That way, if you turn that off, even if they have your Wi-Fi password, they cannot access your TV. The other thing here that Consumer Reports and many people are running with is the idea that your TV is collecting data you don't want it. They call this Advanced Content Recognition. What is that? HCR is the shorthand for it. And if you're familiar with Roku's More Ways to Watch, which is used on their antenna settings, it's an opt-in feature that will monitor what you're watching, and as you're watching it, it will pop up a little bottom with recommendations. It may say, hey, I see you're watching Seinfeld. Did you know that next episode of Seinfeld is available to watch on Hulu, and you're already a subscriber? Or, hey, I see you're watching this movie. You came in halfway through it. Would you like to watch it commercial-free and from the beginning on Netflix? Or one of a ton of other ones. So basically, Roku, if you opt in, you willingly say you want this feature turned on, will monitor what you're watching with your antenna and give you recommendations on what to watch next, recommendations on what is coming up, how to restart this program, and so forth. That is an opt-in feature. You have to say you want that. And yes, it will collect data. Consumer Report says that someday, if you're watching This Is Us on NBC, you could come back here and someday find that, this ad could be a This Is Us ad to promote something, how to watch that on NBC. Well, that is kind of the purpose of the service. When you turn that feature, the More Ways to Watch on, you're telling Roku that yes, I do want to watch more features, more ways to watch, and so forth through this here. But how can I turn that off? Let's say I turn that on after reading this report. I'm concerned about it. Well, the good news is Roku allows you to opt back out and to wipe all the data that they've collected about you out. So again, go back to Settings if you want to turn this off. Go down to Privacy, and there's two ones here. First, Smart TV Experience. Here is where you can turn off collect information from your TV inputs, that is your antenna. So you can turn that off, and if you wanted, you can go in here into advertising. So you've turned it off, so you don't want to get recommendations about your antenna, and you can reset your advertiser identity. And so again, that's system or settings, select privacy, select advertising, and this is where you can go in there and turn off that feature, wipe your data out so you're like a brand new person again with no record of it. And you can even limit ad tracking, right here. And limit ad tracking stops Roku from personalizing the ads on this Roku device and sharing viewing data from streaming channels on this Roku device. So basically, Roku and others partner with Nielsen, and Nielsen gives out those things like, hey, so many people watch this and so forth. I'm actually sure Nielsen's one of them, but services like that. And so this will turn off personalized recommendations. This will turn off them sharing that data back to Amazon or Hulu about what you've been watching. So the downside of that is you lose a lot of personalization. A lot of content that would come in here and say, hey, we saw you like this, you may also like this, will go away because of that. But it is there. So there you go. Is your Roku subject to hacking, as some stories have taken this out? No, these are features that Roku has specifically built into their app. You need to be on the same Wi-Fi network, so have a good password. Don't give your Wi-Fi network out to anyone you don't want it. Is Roku collecting data that you didn't know about? No, that feature that pops up at the bottom and recommends shows is an opt-in feature, and Roku makes it very easy to turn off and limit it across all their different services, not just that more ways to watch one that watches what you use with your antenna. So I wouldn't worry about this. As I always say, there is doom and gloom, there is everything's fine, nothing's going to happen, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. This is somewhere in the middle of the truth, closer to the nothing is doom and gloom. Roku says these are features, and I'll link to their full thing, but they basically want you to know that this is not hacking, this is not spying on you, this is just advertising that you opted into. So keep that in mind. Questions, comments, let me know. I hope this video helped you. Leave me a comment, hit that thumbs up, it really does help us. Hit that subscribe button for more cord cutting tips, tricks, how-to guides, and breakdowns like this. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we are live on YouTube right here answering your cord cutting related questions if you have a question about cord cutting in general. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.